Most of those heavy burdens that you see religious people carry are not from God. His yoke is easy, His burden is light. The Lord gave us a framework of how to live our lives, spiritually speaking, what is good and what is just, what is evil, what is not. There are some specifics in His instructions, yet the vast majority are general principles of righteousness, how to live your life. He didn't give you any acts to do or any specific things, daily rituals. That all comes from men. Man burdens you, ladens you down with unnecessary rituals to create the illusion of righteousness based on works. It all comes from the Jews, obviously. You see, Jews, they all have a kippah, they put on tefillin, they wear their black hats, their black suits, they carry around the Siddur book, they pray 3 times a day, they light their Kiddush candles right before sunset on Friday, they sing the same song, they have a Kiddush meal, they wake up Saturday, Shabbos morning, and they go to synagogue for 4 hours. Then they go back in the afternoon for another hour, and then they go back in the evening. And there are so many burdens. It's exhausting. But that's not what God requires, and it's not even what He desires. That is a man-made religion. When you read about the offerings in the Torah, specifically Leviticus, it's called Vayikra. That was the duty for the priests, not for the people. The people didn't bring up offerings every day. The priests did on behalf of the people. That was their role. But now it seems that everybody's doing it. 3 times a day, not twice. The Kohanim did it 2 times. But now they do it 3 prayers a day. Why? Where is that in Torah? Why do you do all of these unnecessary things? You exhaust yourself. See, I remember when I started coming to faith, my biggest contention was I didn't want all of that religious mess. It seems like such a heavy burden to me. And the Lord used that to lead me through a different path. Because I wanted God. I just didn't want religion. And He showed me the way. And when I found Yeshua the Mashiach, He led me back to Torah. He didn't leave me in the Christian diaspora. He brought me back to my roots. And He gave me eyes to understand, to see, a heart to understand the true meaning of Torah. That it's not about the ritual, it's not about the act, it's about the spirit. It's the spirit of love. That is what Torah is all about. Even the rituals of the priests, they weren't rituals. They were to atone continually, to cover the people because the people were living in sin. Regardless of their obedience to the written word, their hearts were calloused, their minds were polluted, their spirits were corrupt. They had to be continually atoned for. Even the holy place had to be atoned for. So somebody had to do that, and that was the role for the Kohanim, the intercessors. But ever since Yeshua came, He fulfilled that so that it is no longer necessary. He did it once and for all, and now He is our Kohen Gadol, the high priest, in the tabernacle in heaven, making intercession for us. So that we could actually focus on ourselves and grow, to learn His ways. It's time to shed all of that extra weight off of you, all of that religious mess, all of that tefillin. There is no tefillin in Torah. He says, bind it on your heart, write it on your heart. Sure, it says, tie it around your hand and between your eyes as a memory. Those are symbolic statements so that you keep the word of God in your heart, that you obey, that you live by it. The commandment itself is not to do the act of doing it, but to live according to it. It says, put the tzitzit as a reminder for the commandments. The tzitzit itself is not the commandment. It is a reminder. Oh, that's right. I am under God's yoke. I ought to do what He says. It should remind you to live according to His principles of love and justice. Man perverts the word of God because they have no eyes, no heart. They are calloused, they are deaf, they are blind. They don't know, but they're prideful. So they make up their own interpretation, and the next generation builds on top of it. And there you have 2,000 years of man-made religion. Abraham did nothing of the sort. Enoch, Noah, Adam, David, Gideon, Elijah, Elisha. Nobody you read about did all of this religious mess. They were just living out their lives. Didn't go to synagogue. Just live your life. Do what is just and right, love mercy, and walk humbly with your God. That's what it requires. Just love Him, make Him first. Whatever you do, put Him first. Honor Him, glorify His name. Love Him in everything that you are and everything that you do. Everything else is just simple, just life. You don't have to sweat it. Oh, it's 6:15. I gotta sing this song. I gotta do this dance. I gotta have my candles ready for my kiddush. I gotta go and do this. No, you don't. No. That's not necessary. You don't have to wear your white shirt. You don't have to have clean clothes. You don't have to clean behind your ear and have a tablecloth on your kitchen table. You don't have to have fresh baked challah every week. None of these things are necessary. You could, but it's not necessary. Within the freedom that God gives us, there is room for tradition. But tradition too should be broken every now and then to remind you it's only tradition. It's not a commandment from God. So take it to heart this Shabbos. Don't follow the religion of man, but the freedom of God. Because His yoke is easy, His burden is light.